kind-hearted souls, may I kindly ask for the leaf fallen from the YGG Drazzle tree to be bestowed upon me, to let thy fight alongside ye again against the eternal war against the arthropods. AKA YGG. This is like when I used to respond to YouTube comments. Ha! Remember those? I certainly do not. Well, you can picture this kind of video as something like it, where I respond to in-game comments in Florio. Most of them are weird, or strange. Like these two players talking about how they were in a thumbnail. Well, one of them. But not this time, so expect what you get given. The classic player talking to themselves. That is basically what they're doing when they're trying to talk to me. Because I won't talk. You know I won't talk in-game. Do not forget the amount of spam you will see during a super raid. Honestly, the best play is to get free auto drops but say nothing. That's the real play here. I hate to say this, but your blue square is not working. Maybe you should recheck the ballot box. Bad joke? Who cares? You also get the funny but rather stupid conversations whilst you are farming for what you need. This right here is one of them. Really, a lot of these interactions are just me looking back at the conversation when I return to the game. And believe me, some of these conversations get very weird and very stupid. This very well does make the cut, so good job on realising it. Oh hey, you missed the Ultra Bubble. Yes, I am here. Why would I not be? Also, why are you capitalising the first letter of every word? Even I do not do that. Why are people so obsessed with getting others to talk? Like, does it really matter in the end? You're lucky I even have chat enabled here. I can easily turn it off. This is a friendly reminder that talking to yourself in-game and making dialogue for myself makes you look like a psychopath. That's all you need to know. Why am I here? Well, do you say that to anyone else? I'm sure you wouldn't. And why am I here? Because I got 2 auto drops earlier, of course. You might be wondering why this is weird. Well, most players will not actively revive other players, especially at a Queen Ant. But at the very least, this player, for once, is being nice. And that is a good thing. You will almost always find some strange comments at the Super Termite Overmind. It doesn't matter who or what comment it is, you will always find some. Just watch it unfold and then you will see. And if you've ever been to the Super Termite Overmind, you know what I'm talking about. You know how slow our boss is moving and how bad players are when they are dead and they start spamming uncontrollably, even before it's dead. Let that sink in. It's still going. I'm just going to say it. Every super sport is the gathering of the idiots. This is also the perfect representation. That is just how it is. Can you find who the rude one is here? Yeah, firstly, prove that you have much money before even considering that. Secondly, I do not want your dirty money, thank you very much. All for me to talk. No, if you have an ominous vibe because of this black background you see here, you would be right. Because look at this chat. I wouldn't be surprised if this is half of the weird interactions I have. And as the random background turns back to normal. Okay then, so they're asking me if I greed bubbles like I'm stealing it from a bubble bank. Okay. Fine, and let me tell you who also greeds bubbles. The same player who asked if I did, and all they have to say is oops. No self-awareness whatsoever. This player is a saint, by the way. See, I don't need to talk now, do I? Oh great, it's you two again. Oh really? Real classy Bart Q? Real classy Mr. Q? You know there's more of this crap from players like you, but you will then dominate the video, so that is all you're getting. Why would I not flex my Super R? It is the petrol that you should all fear. Imagine calling this place a dump when there are places that exist, such as the sewers and the termite hell. Do you really hate crabs that much? Stop treating him like a tourist attraction. Well, that is one way to put it. And yes, please stop. You know I had to include this one, assuming it's spamming what the developer has said, and people expect me to join in. Yeah, no thank you, I would rather sit in silence. One thing I often think when it comes to dead players spamming, it is a distraction from the super, because all you see is players bombarding the screen with their spam, with their long ass messages. Just a thought. Welcome back to seeing these jokes again, if you can even call them jokes. But either way, It is a conversation that I find strange, with familiar faces once again. Yes, Raven, this is the average Florio conversation that you partook in. Remember that. Tick being nice to me in the Hell Zone is the most psychological torment I've seen all day. It's not weird, it's great. But it's in the Hell Zone, so it is weird. You know, if you want Florio to die in real life, you would have to try and make this exact situation relevant. And how would you do that? You would just set everything on fire. Of course, you get the so-called funny player spamming YGG in the Hell Zone when they know they shouldn't be doing so. I wouldn't suggest doing that, because you will most likely be dead. Just because you spam boxes so players know where you are doesn't mean you'll get revived. And maybe if I had it equipped, I would be able to revive you, but I cannot. It's strange they call for me specifically. Why not call for literally everyone? Funny accent man, you say?
Is this funny to you?
You shouldn't be having an I don't have an actual job vibe when your name is literally Plant D's Nuts. That says a lot more about you. This interaction is stupid. Why would I tell you or anyone how much I earn? That is none of your business. Nothing to see here except your typical average guest, manifesting in their own strange conversations. Oh, if I was a bot, you would know.
Insult initiated. You are a prick.
Okay, what the hell is this guest talking about? I seriously cannot keep up with them. But then again, this is your typical average guest. Not all of them are like this, but a lot of them are. You mentioned the forbidden game. Back to a bunch of blue boxes, because apparently during supers this is all you see whenever they die. I would be very concerned if this was true. Very concerned. But even if it was true,
I have failed you.
if you weren't so rude, then I reckon you would be revived by now. I'm just saying. This isn't necessarily weird, only ironic. But what makes this even weirder is how you see the Overmind slowly creeping in to kill this player. How very tragic. The weird part is, who should I revive? And how many ultimate leaves should I use to revive? I don't die because I am the embodiment of laziness in this game. Never underestimate laziness. I cannot tell if you genuinely do not know that a super has spawned, or you do know and you are saying this to mess with our heads. You thank thee known as me? No, I thank thou known as Kazuken. For some reason. Actually, this is the reason. How could I forget? I'm sorry, are you that desperate to be revived? I don't think so. That's the consequences of being a guest. And yes, you are a meme. You say a mark is not allowed, but you know the exact reason why you deserve it. You were lucky I was nice that day. Oh great, this is exactly not what we need. But how can I be surprised? A guest is here. So of course, there's going to be something like this. Because let's face it, if you put all of these players in the same room together, all you will get is a concoction of elements designed to kill each other. Honestly, I can just grab the popcorn and relax, because for once, it is not about me. And when it's not about me, the conversations are better and more interesting. Why? Because the same conversations are said when it is me. Here you will see a bunch of players, to put it nicely, argue with each other for no reason. And they, mainly the guest, love to talk about this, and I have no idea why. So now we go from making fun of other players' petals to talking about how someone, like the guest, hurt their feelings supposedly. What even am I looking at? Like, dude, it's a video game. It ain't that deep. Calm yourself. This whole supposed conversation is a mess. And it's back to me again. What a surprise. I am really trying not to make this about me, but it's all I see, and they're inventing new ways to be such fools. And the only speech I will give you is how ridiculous you are being. Now stop. What are you even searching? Are you searching for me trying to speak a word in Florio? Why is it a big deal? Maybe I should have continued to play Horzio, because at least then they understood why I did not. Or they did not care. Which I am perfectly fine with. The fact that someone is saying this whilst at a super is just one good reason for us not to revive you. The lengths people will go just to be revived. Ah, blood. Still as rude as ever to me, and I have no idea why you do this to me. But I know what's gonna happen because you are going to suffer the consequences of being rude to me. It's coming to you. It is coming.
Get over, bitch.
Well deserved after being rude to me once again. Insulting the Overmind, I see. You know, one day it will have a special ability, and you will fall into its hands. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point, given your in-game name. Always when farming or at a super monster. Could you imagine how bad the spam would be if I marked them all instead of revived them? Then it would be warranted to spam the chat. As much as I love this comment from this guest, I cannot help but think they are going against their programming, because guests, do you really think they should be acting like this? I think they should, but it's currently weird. Make it normal, as long as it's genuine. I 100% believe that you would also complain about egg users if you were here, which means you would also be the Karen that you are against. Laughing at the fact that I'm still grinding for Super Bone, but you wouldn't laugh to others who are grinding for Super Wing, would you? I don't know, it just feels very weird to me, just like calling me Corrupt P. I wonder why, we shall see. And another player talking about turds. Just go back to the sewers, for goodness sake. Sometimes I wonder if it was the right idea saying this in a video twice, but maybe lucky for them, since they are now here. If you really have to spam this, then I don't have to tell you. And excuse me for obtaining very mediocre drops from the Super Rock. You are too late! And by the way, this is not the correct guest who said this. I just appear here. There are way too many conversations happening at once here. I should really pay attention. Even the inactive check wants a piece of this. This is so confusing. You make a very interesting point. Please kill me for that joke. I would not be surprised if that's the reason why they are huge. Not that it matters, because it would still be huge anyway. The weirdest part about this is why you are asking for their name. Why does that matter to you? Their name is the Termite Overmind. That's all you should know. You are getting too personal. Maybe it does not want to have that kind of relationship with you. There is no need to know about it on a personal level. It just exists, like everything else. This is all well and good, and it's definitely a classic. But you are in the wrong game! And of course you had to ruin my Super Bone grind, did you not? Go ahead and laugh at it. Because we'll be laughing at you. At least, someone will. Maybe I have shot myself in the foot here by using eggs, but at the same time, this player will not stop using eggs. So that is why. There will always be that someone who mentions me because I just exist. Nothing else. I guess to them it's a big deal. We're chasing this rarity of a beast and all you have to say is screenshot these nuts. Are you serious? You know what, I approve. Surely this is one of the few times where spamming is not weird. But who is going to listen to this? We all know players do not listen. This is also one of the few times where the chat gets very strange. But since there's so many players here, of course that is to be expected. And once again the guest enters the fray. It's no wonder guests and username havers do not get along, if this is how they are to each other. I do not understand this. Are you saying it's meta for me to die? How very ridiculous and stupid of you. What has me being bad at YouTube have anything to do with me having the best petal in the game, supposedly, known as the Super Air? Maybe you should ask yourself that first. So you have one random guest being strange and memeing themselves, and the other who hates me. What even is going on? I am starting to think this guest is in an alternate universe, because their comments make no sense whatsoever. I'm going to call this guest language. Is this guest apologising for getting me killed? That seems to be the case here. But at the very least, they are sorry. I know many of them would not. I came back to the game and saw this player reasonably screaming into the void for a good reason. I would also do this if I allowed myself to talk. You know, something like this deserves a mark, and I was really considering it. But I will not. You're lucky this time. Though someone did want to get marked. But of course, it's Rella doing Rella things. So you went from being normal to being in the Twilight Zone? I honestly wish I was in the Twilight Zone. You know extreme laziness is winning when you let free super spawns slip before you without even trying to go for it. You know things get weird when a random guest calls out for you during the aftermath of a super? Just leave me alone. You've never heard of me? Well, you're either living under a Florio rock, and, well, that's it really. It's okay though, I don't really care if you know me or not. I won't lie to you, I did this on purpose, I had no idea what I was thinking at this moment. I guess I was just fake trolling just to spark a reaction, just for this. Maybe I am a real YouTuber after all. Dude, what the hell? Are you still that angry that you lost to me in a jelly war? You know players here do not want to do that anymore, right? Only the trolls that are bestowed upon this game will want to do it. Ah, this is nice, but I think that's only just you. Oh, by the way, they will always reference my super air in one way or another. They will also want me to show it, which I will not. You know you're crazy when you make a dialogue for me, then respond to said dialogue that you created? Just because you really want me to talk in-game? Like, I do not understand the mindset of these players. They really are a bunch of weird individuals, whom of which I will never understand at all. I told you they want to see it, but I will not show it. Well, this is one way to assert your dominance. Obtain the kill notification for supers. At least it's Corrupt Z and not anyone else. Ah, you ruined it. You should have had 3 in a row. You should have had 3 in a row. Why am I reacting to kill notifications of supers? I have no idea. But that's the last of them. And now it's over. I have other things to do, like kill this super centipede. I have no idea when another video like this will happen. And you best hope it doesn't take as long as before. That is if I even do one of these again. That is all. Ciao.